Hey, if you're thinking about buying a home, there's a lot to think about, right, Lacey Lett?
Absolutely. From home inspections to insurance, how do you know if you're making the right decisions, Casey?
I don't know, Lacey. Steve Currington knows, though.
Definitely.
Steve Currington with Currington Mortgage is here with all the answers, just like usual. How are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good.
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 And do you know where to look? Because it's like
Yeah,
both
I
of
know.
us
I have
this
two
time.
people now. This is great. I'm a big deal. I get both of you.
You are quite a big
very
deal.
big deal.
Good.
Okay, so yeah, it is really hard to know, and I want to start with the home inspections, if that's okay, because I never know. My boyfriend didn't know who to get for the home inspections, what all we need to be looking for if we're selling or buying a home.
Right. And, you know, as it pertains to home inspections, we don't, as a lender, we're not going to necessarily require that you get a home inspection other than a appraisal. We'll get an appraisal, but it's always a good idea. In fact, if you're doing an FHA loan, they'll make you sign a form that says caution all the way around it. It says get a home inspection. The difference between an appraisal and a home inspection. Appraisers are looking for value and comparable properties that are like in age, size, and condition. They're not looking necessarily for deficiencies. If they see them, then they're going to mention them in their report. But minimum livability requirements is what they're looking for. They're not going to flip on every light switch, plug in every plug-in like an inspector is going to do. And there's stuff you'll find. We just had an inspection this Monday on a property, and there was a plug-in that when you plugged something into it, it shorted out the whole breaker box. So everything went off when you plugged into this one plug-in, and that could be a major electrical problem that you just want to make sure you get checked out.
There's a YouTube video of a guy that was getting ready to buy a house, and he had the plug, and he followed it all the way to the garage, and he was like running the whole back of the house on an electrical outlet in the garage. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about homeowners insurance because that's one thing that I have it in my mortgage payment, and it hasn't changed since I built my house 10 years ago. Now, so I'm wondering, should I shop around what to look for at homeowners insurance?
Well, so many different companies have different grading systems, and what we see a lot is that you get your insurance in year one, and then it'll creep up. You get that next premium notice, and it's gone up. You know, maybe not noticeable, $72 a year, and you get 3 or 4 years down the road and realize, well, it's done $72 a year for the last 4 years, and by the time you know it, you started at $1,200, and now you're paying $1,800 a year. So we look at it a lot. In fact, I have different insurance companies for our rental property is through one insurance company, our current home, have my homeowner's insurance to another, and then I have my cars through another. I see this every day, so I think it's a great time to shop, especially if you're refinancing. That's what we do with people that are refinancing. We'll say, hey, since you're doing it, let's look at your insurance and just make sure that you're not overpaying, because that has evolved in the way that they score you and the way that they determine what you're going to pay. It's a lot determined by your credit score now, and there's a lot of different factors that go into that.
Interesting.
Very interesting. Yeah, I know.
Real quick before we finish, who do we call for an inspection? Like, what's the first person that we should call?
Steve Allison, Oklahoma Inspections.
Okay.
All right, Steve Currington knows. He's the man. Thank you so much.
Did you reach Steve at Currington Mortgage Company? Give him a call, 918-394-5626. You can email him, steve@curringtonmortgage.com. And thank you for just tweeting about us right now, Steve Currington. And you can log on to the website, curringtonmortgage.com.